Here with two-time Orlando Magic All-Star center Nikola Vucevic. Nikola, I appreciate you taking the time, man. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
The team's been a little bit up and down over the course of the year. You guys have been ravaged with injuries. How have you been able to stay motivated and really stay upbeat throughout the year, at least individually, and allow that to kind of transcend to your team and now individual success in terms of an All-Star appearance?
Well, coming into the year, I felt really, good about where I was, physically, mentally, and I felt like this could be a good year for myself. And I started the year off very well, and the team did also. We're 4-0 and then 6-2, and then unfortunately, we lost Markel to a season-ending injury, and then a couple other guys along the way that had extended amount of time. But when you look at it now, I know we during that really tough stretch when we had times when we had only 8, 9 players available, we kept fighting. And for me, it was the same. Just when I was playing well, and I felt good. I wanted to continue to do that, and I just want to bring it every night. It's something I take a lot of pride in. Bring it every night, no matter the circumstances, no matter what's going on. Stay consistent and keep elevating my game, and end up paying off and me making an All-Star game.
You could have went either direction, right? Mail it in. You see players, teams all the time when they go through adversity, especially early on, especially with the injuries that you guys dealt with. You could easily mail it in. How were you able to stay so motivated each and every night and just continue to bring it? Like, how did you pace yourself mentally and physically?
I mean, at times it was difficult for sure, especially the games where we had like a late scratch and you find out you only have 8 players available. Or I remember one game, I think it was in Phoenix, we only had 8 guys available, and it was 5 bigs and 3 guards, and you're warming up out there, and you see the Suns, they're like have 15 players or whatever, and we can barely get 2 lines going because we only have 8 of us, and you're just like, man, this is gonna be easy. But at times it was difficult for sure. You're just like, man, like it's the most difficult ones is like when you're in the game, and then the game gets away a little bit, and you just don't have enough to kind of get back. It's hard because you put so much into it, but it's all part of it. Hopefully in the end it pays off for us positively. For me, honestly, when I go into a season, I always try to do better than I did last year. That's always my motivation. Like take a step forward, and then usually when you do that, and if you do the right things, and then after that, if the team has success, the individual awards are going to come as well. And so for me, that's kind of always my focus. I don't like to set necessarily individual goals for myself as much. I always feel like they just kind of happen if you do the right things on the court for your team. So that's kind of how I felt going into this year. It was like, let me play at a high level. Let's try to for us to win. And then if those things happen, like things like All-Star can happen. Obviously, once the All-Star talk starts and it's out there all the time and your name gets mentioned, then you think about it, of course, and you use it a little bit as extra motivation. But to me, it's always just try to be better than last year, and then the rest will take care of itself.
One thing I noticed in the bubble, and you've kind of brought that into this year as well, is it's like the no hesitation that you have on your three-point shot. You're really shooting it without any hesitation. When did that kind of spark in your game?
I mean, the no hesitation thing, I think, really kind of took off in the bubble. I mean, I had like a game or two or three when like it happened, especially in the series against Milwaukee, where in the first game I think I hit 5 or 6 threes, and just my mind it clicked. It was just like, if I can do this consistently, it's going to open up so much for myself, for the team, and I think I just needed to do it at like on a bigger stage when it really matters, to where I can kind of really get over the kind of hump to where I don't think about it too much. But it started like, I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, like it was 1-3 games, and two, then 3-4, and then, but it wasn't like every game where, some games I'd have like maybe 1-3, the other game would have five maybe. And then now it was like every game I shoot at least 4 or 5. And it's a big part of what we do, is a big part of my game. And so I think it was just, over the years, I worked on it a lot. I shoot them every day. You add, and to where now is just part of my game. It's natural. Even if I go one game 0 for 6 or 7, I know the next game I might go, 4 for 6 or something like that. So now I just don't think about it, but it's really made a huge difference in my game for sure.
This is your ninth season here. There's always teams that show interest in you as far as trade interest. But do you start to sense a level of pride and really being a legacy player in Orlando, having been there, like I said, 9 years and counting now with your contract?
No, for sure. I think it's also special when you can be with a team for a long time and build a legacy. Especially for me, last few seasons we've been winning a little bit more. We made it to the playoffs after really losing for a long time. So it's been rewarding. I know for a long time it was difficult, but now that you win, that you do it in meaningful games, that you achieve things like being an all-star, you climb up, the all-time leader in points, rebounds, and things like that. your name's going to stay forever, among the best players in this team. So I think there's also something special about it. And not every player, gets a chance to go to some of the best teams and play for a championship. Always maybe later in their career, or maybe some things happen, but a lot of times, it's difficult to get in that situation. So I think there's also something special about being, with one team for a long time and try to build something. You always also hear Dame Lillard say that, with the Lakers when people ask him. So there's something special about it as well, which I enjoy and cherish, and so, as long as I'm here, keep doing my best and try to, help the team win.
And I know you have a 1.5-year-old son, right? And I've heard he's on that basketball path. Can you confirm that? How's your fatherhood game been right now, teaching your son?
So he's 2. He's actually 26 months now, and we have another one who's 5 months. So definitely keeping busy, but it's been great. I mean, fatherhood's been the best part of my life for sure. Now that he's 2 and he understands that I play basketball, and he watches me on TV. Like he'll watch, before he goes to bed, like the first quarter of every game, and cheer for me, and then he'll try to do what I do, shoot it. He has a little hoop, so he'll shoot on it and like say like my name while he's doing it. So things like that. I mean, obviously it's amazing for me to see, but he's definitely really tall. He is definitely pretty big for his age, so he has that. But we'll see how that develops. But obviously, it's just being a father has been amazing for me.